HLTV.org doesn't have the map details yet.
I feel like they know, but they like...
They do, but they're just lazy to update it.
Because like even in the other BO3s, they would like post the 2 maps, and then the 3rd map would be TBA.
It's live now in theory. Okay, so we're just waiting for the final of SEC 2011 to begin. SEC Sweet Samsung European Championship. Natus Vincer, WCG champions of last year, versus FX. Actually finished got the bronze medal in last year's WCG. And off the top of my head, I think actually FX in the past as Pentagram have actually won an SEC event as well. I'll have to double check that.
I think last year SK won over MTW
They
in the
did,
finals.
but some teams didn't go.
Yeah.
Actually, they won in 2005 before they had Cuban, etc. They came second in 2006, and believe it or not, actually lost to existence. They came second in 2007 and lost to SK, which was like the bullshit event where the really bad SK just managed to win that one event and then that was it. They came second in 2008 also, lost to Fnatic. That's actually pretty crazy that they've come second all those times and won it once.
What year did they win it in?
2005, then they came second like the next 3 years or some shit.
I think I'm gonna make a thread for this finals. Hold on.
Do it. I actually like the way that Taz has written his name, because you just know there's some retards who would actually call him like 742 if he just kept his name as that.
Forrest used to have it as like Forrest with 4 numbers.
What about those guys who, for like 3 years, kept calling Furter like fire? Because they were too noob to know that, like, dude, the 7 is a T.
I honestly, I know how to say his name, but I just think his name sounds awful. So I just
his name is retarded. It's totally stupid.
I just call him Fire just because I'm like, whatever. I'm not calling him that retarded name. That's pretty much how I think.
By the way, his first movie was nice.
Because like when I found out that Snajden was actually Sniden, I changed to Sniden because I think it sounds better. But I just call people what I think sounds better. To be honest, as lame as that sounds. Alright, so let's break this map down. Navi seems to be starting on the T side, which, I mean, last time we saw, at the last tournament they played, FX actually got 11 rounds on the C team, still ended up losing. So what rounds do you think they should be looking to get here?
I don't think it's the problem of that. I think the problem is what they did on the T side. Like on the T side, they just fell apart and like.
It's live, by the way.
Yeah, I know. They just fell apart under the steam of Navi. Like for FX, it's not really about their CT rounds. It's how many you get as T. So I'd say if they can get 9 rounds as CT, then it's still winnable. So at least 9, I think, is a good number.
Markelov's actually got a deagle going towards Alley here. They're doing the same strat they did versus Winfac, actually. Zeus goes to pick Inner by himself with a USP, and they send Markelov with the deagle alley.
This is actually quite an interesting position that they have as well, where the way that Cuban is watching the alley. So he's essentially going to let them into the back section. Zeus gets that bullshit kill though when he rushes into the lower area. And now they're coming back alley. Ooh, Cuban gets wrecked as he just tries to run up, then Neo answers back.
Neo really in a bad spot right here. Oh,
But his movement saves him.
Neo's like a little monkey out there. Taz in a 1v2 situation
With
here.
full
I mean,
health,
it's
and they
winnable.
don't know where he is.
It's winnable. He doesn't actually
In
have
fact,
a
they
kit
still
though,
haven't heard
so
where he is. If he just stays quiet here, then he's got a chance.
they saw him. No, they saw him.
Okay.
So they're rushing to inner. And the problem here is that he has no kit, so he has to make sure that he kills one of them pretty quickly.
This is how strange Navi are. They're going to have the guy with the deagle try firing long range.
Yeah, I mean that's the only problem with the deagle on this map is just the long range on inner just it's kind of pointless. Nice round by Markloff and Zeus. Zeus's kill at the ladder room was actually kind of...
Neo has the sickest movement.
Yeah, he does.
Like, Forrest has the sickest movement to set up actual, like, rifle shots, but Neo just has the sickest movement, like, period. Like, every second of a match. It's when you see him move, you'd almost think, like, air acceleration affects his model differently.
So just a typical eco round for Navi going out of train, out of ladder and team mid. FX full saving here. I wonder if they try to force buy. Sometimes they like to buy the next round. I guess it'll depend on how many kills they get. See what FX does here.
Eco time.
Yeah, and I don't know, sometimes you'll randomly see them buy like a scout and then force buy.
Someone bought a deal, I think. Unless they bought like a nade and a flash or something. Pasha's got a nade.
Lord's actually pushing down alley right here.
And yeah, Taz has got a deagle, but he's actually in a decent spot to hold a deagle.
Yeah. Looks like the Zeus is working towards inner.
And here comes Zeus any second now. And he's
Taz
still
can
not
get
nade,
this-
so Taz knows he's there. But then
It's a
he
nice
gets
kill by
wrecked.
Edward.
Cuban in the gear spot, but gets killed anyway. Pasha has his nade still.
Yeah, Neo's just kind of lurking around the ladder room there. I like how Markloff spots Neo and all four of them run back to the ladder. Like he's going to come up that ladder and kill all of them with his Zeus speed. Alright, first gun round here for FX. So Navi looks like they're going to go for a heavy ladder strat. No, it's just a slow strat. Just working brown hole. Looks like they're going to be heading back towards the inner area. Taz actually dinks some.
Cuban is AWPing the ramp area at the moment, the back ramp. Now he's going to the top ramp. Actually, remember we saw Cuban actually go nuts with the AWPing their game against M5, I think it was.
So now Taz is playing back, where he's really good at this spot where he just falls back behind the flatbed and then kind of lurks around.
And his full rotations here by the guys from FX. Senya gets a nice kill onto Taz.
That was still a nice attempt by Taz.
Cuban missed a lot of shots at the moment.
Starch is actually flanking the Z right now.
With 2 health.
Yeah, that Taz actually hit him to that earlier. He's actually going to win them the round here in a second. Oh, nice round.
Oh, 1v1.
That was a big, it's a good reaction by Lord. I mean, if he didn't get those 2 kills, they would have lost the round for sure. Well, maybe not for sure because it was Neo, but most likely.
And the thing is, FX really need to like put a nice string together now.
Yeah, they can't go 1 for 1 here. They're just going to break their entire money. Me moving up to Cove where he normally plays. Looks like Navi's going to a quick inner. They're just gonna straight walk down at him, I think. They're getting ready to just jump down. Taz is actually blinding
Cuban
himself,
gets
I
the
think.
first guy though. Now Taz is... If he actually just kept firing through smoke there, he would have ripped them all. They're all lined up. All he did is kill one after dinking him. Zeus is above. Lord gonna nade right onto the bomb spot.
Nice play by Taz.
Now Neo is rotating behind, so let's see if Matlov turns around.
Taz getting 3.
Nope, free kill for Neo.
I mean, that's just another one of the things where Taz and Zeus are kind of equal in inner, in my opinion. They both play similar, where they'll get that first kill and then they'll fall back and live forever. And I don't know, it doesn't seem like other people can really do that. I mean, maybe Face. But he seems all for nothing kind of guy for me. He kind of like just completely destroys inner, or he gets one
Well, the
guy
difference
dies.
between those guys, those are 3 of the best guys at that spot in my opinion. But the difference is, because Face has better aim in theory, he's like more confident in his aim, so if they all rush him, he'll just stay in one spot and just spray them all down. Whereas those other 2, in theory, don't have as good aim, so they have to be like a bit more creative with like repositioning and stuff, and like getting positions that aren't like out in the open at all.
Yeah.
Although I think Face is actually superior at being able to like time when he pushes through and goes down the ladder. Like he can do that faster than anyone without being killed. As in like the timing of when to do it. So it's like the perfect window, you know.
I think something that I'd like to point out though is how good MJ used to be at inner. He's like by far the best solo site inner player of all time, in my opinion. Obviously inactive, so it doesn't count for the list, but I always thought he was one of the main reasons why MTW and 08 were so good on train.
Pasha boosted on the boxes, gets the first kill. Takes a shot on the next guy.
Yeah, just gonna fall back here. It's a good
Didn't
pick.
hit him.
I mean, they have a pretty good setup here. Taz is probably gonna get one at lower, yeah.
And repositions to a good spot actually, so... But he gets taken down by Marklov. Lord gonna flank.
Yeah, look, Starks is in a...
They've done a really good job at the moment, FX have, of just like trading, so that Navi can never just bust right into the site and then set up and then not have to fight. To even get the bomb planted, they have to like lose men.
Well, that's what I think both Navi and FX are really good on CT, is not make... when people go inner, they can never push up. It feels like people never can push up versus those guys. It's ideally what you want to do on train, and like if you watch someone like Forrest, when he goes inner, he never sits back. He just runs forward, no matter what his HP is. He can have 4 HP or he can have 100. He's just going to move up. And those guys just don't let people do that. It was a Glock eco for Navi. Taz probably going to get a... Actually, that's a really pointless nade, but... He's probably going to get a nice eco mow down here.
Oh, that's actually painful. On Twitter, Marklov said that they're playing in the final against the Golden Five. It's just painful to read. Plus, think how many rounds the AWPers on FX have managed to just keep hold of their guns.
Yeah, I mean, FX has perfect money control right now. Navi could probably win 2 full gun rounds in a row, and FX can still buy. I don't know if I said Navi or FX the first time, but...
It is interesting that Navi have attempted all these inside pushes, though, because in the earlier game we saw, against WinFact, they were constantly trying to go outside as many times as they could. And yet they've, like, inverted that here, basically.
Yeah, I mean... I guess they just thought they could exploit Taz and Cuban, and they wanted to avoid Pasha and Neo, maybe, was the goal, but ended up not working. Pasha's actually up in the tower with an AWP. Like, that's kind of the funny thing about when you watch Pasha play. He just runs around. He ran from alley to back 5 train up into heaven and threw 2 flashes at ladder train, then ran back and now is AWPing alley. And no one else runs around.